Everyone, good day to you all. This is the Crypto Prophet. Click on the subscribe button to enable you get notified anytime I drop video contents like this. And without wasting much time, let's hop in straight into the charts. So guys, let's take a look at the current activity for Bitcoin now. Currently Bitcoin is pumping, and we pumped to as high as $47,700. But now I just want to show you guys this observation here. Now, can you take a look at this green line here? This green line here, Bitcoin pumped and touched this green line. And this was where we had a halt. It came to stop exactly right under this green line, guys. And this green line, I drew this line days back, weeks ago, as a matter of fact, and this green line actually takes us to as far as even right from the COVID era. Okay, the COVID period of 2020, this green line takes us to that, as far as that. And this was the same green line that made us find some form of support in the year 2019 after the bearish the bear markets. Okay, the bear markets that brought down Bitcoin all the way from this price here. Bitcoin dropped at roughly around 83% and found support on this green line. So guys, this is the same green line, according to my calculations, that Bitcoin is currently facing as resistance. You can see here that this candlestick pumped, and when it got exactly to this green line here, you saw that we had a stop, we had a halt, we had some form of rejection. So what I want to tell you all is this, guys. Now, if Bitcoin fails to overcome this green line, then we're going to have some downsides. But if we pump and exceed this green line, then the next target we should be looking at is around $48,000 to $50,000 to $51,000. But now take note of my words, guys. I repeat, take note of my words. Take note of the words of the Crypto Prophet. Take note of the words of the Crypto Prophet. I repeat myself again. Take note of my words. If we pump and exceed this green line here, this would be a very nice area to keep on shorting the markets, because we are gonna see Bitcoin pumping to as high as $48,000 to $50,000. And when we get to this point, guys, then this cycle has been completed. But right now we are at an indecisive stage. So this is likely going to happen. Either we face a rejection here, or we pump and push up to these particular lines. And now this trend line here works in accordance with the formation from this point, right from the month of December, because we found resistance at this trend line, found it again at this trend line. So it would still make sense if we pump up, we push up from here, and we still find resistance still at this same point. Okay, so if we break out of this green line, guys, remember this green line is my calculation. I drew this and I got it accurately, and we can see how the candlestick pumped up to this point and stopped exactly to the T. Look at this, guys. All these calculations you see here, all these lines you see are my calculations, guys. The Crypto Prophet is always very accurate. Look at how this line, it touched exactly this green line and stopped, guys. So this is what I'm saying. If we have a candlestick that opens in the daily on top of this green line, and we still have more volatility, then we can still push up to this point. Okay, we can still push up to this area. And now this actually makes sense because the stock exchange market is going to close up in this today, which is Friday. The stock market is open, so it would close, and this can give Bitcoin some more room during the weekend to do whatever it wants to do. And then we can pump up to this area. But for me, I'm looking for shorting opportunities, and I'm gonna short this market as well. Remember, I dared to call the top for the Bitcoin ETF. I told you guys, I said this market is gonna top out outside the news of the ETF. When the news of the ETF comes, it would end up topping this market, and this is exactly what played out. So right now I'm coming to tell you that if you see Bitcoin pump out of this range, entering into, let's say, the 47,900, or you see Bitcoin in 48k, and it opens that price into the weekend, and you see Bitcoin pump to 48.49, just know that we are looking for a position to top out, guys. The market is getting set to top out. So I would like to make some observations, and let me just show you guys this, because I've seen some persons on YouTube talking about this. Now, this is the stochastic RSI, guys. This is the stochastic RSI, and we are having a cross at the bottom. Now, a lot of persons on YouTube are talking about this cross here. They're saying this is actually a bullish cross, but now I'm coming to say that there is a high possibility that this is a bearish cross. Why? I marked these 2 points here. This was in the year 2019. This was in the year 2021. And I'm going to show you with very good and clear examples. Now, when we had this cross here, guys, what happened to Bitcoin? Bitcoin only pumped for that week, and then the next week that followed, we had a dump. And this is what led to this decline. At the end of the day, Bitcoin dropped from this price. Let's calculate this. We dropped all the way from this price down to here. Okay, we dropped all the way from here down to, we had a 62% drop despite this cross that we had. Same thing happened here, guys. We had this cross here, but at the end of the day, in the year 2021, we ended up dropping by as much as 68%. So you can see that there is also a possibility that despite this cross that we have here, we can still drop, guys. There is still a very high possibility. Anything is possible in the crypto space. If we drop by 60 something percent, that takes us to around 17k at the long run. So this is why I need you all to be very careful. There is nothing that is constant. You cannot use a particular event or a particular scenario to judge the markets. You need to be experienced to actually do this, else you're going to get wrecked. Let's take a look at this, guys. I want to show you guys something very important. This is the Bitcoin weekly charts, and I want us to look at something very important here. Guys, take note of this. Now, Bitcoin has been following this descending pattern in the RSI, and I'm drawing this to everyone's attention. We have been following this pattern with the RSI, and this is actually a bearish pattern. So I would like to see how Bitcoin would react as it has touched this particular line, because we had this formation. This was in the month of October. That was when we started this decline. So the RSI has been going down, guys, but yet we see that the price has been increasing. So in essence, this is a bearish divergence. This rally here is a bearish divergence, and I'm coming out to tell you guys that this rally is going to fail. The only thing that's going to prove this wrong is if Bitcoin, the RSI, is able to pump and exceed this area. So let's draw this and see. I'm teaching you guys what we call real crypto. This is real crypto analysis. The Cryptoprophet is a professional. He's a professional of professionals. So when he speaks, he gives you points. He gives you accurate information that you're not going to find elsewhere. As a matter of fact, my videos are educative. I teach you what it is. You can't follow me and you're gonna be messing up. No, if you follow me, you're gonna learn a lot. That's who the Cryptoprophet is. So take a look at these, guys. If only we can pump and exceed this area, that is when this particular trend is gonna be termed to be bullish. This is the only factor that is going to counter this particular bearish divergence. So long as we do not pump up to this line in the RSI, then whatever you see here is just child's play. It's a bearish divergence, guys, and you need experience to be able to follow these markets. So I would like to see the way the market is going to react as we've gotten to this point, because we had this decline here, we had this here, we had this here. So it all depends on how the market reacts, guys. But so long as we still remain within this area, then we are still in a bearish divergence. And now guys, let's take a look at this and see. Let's take a look at this observation. I want you guys to take a look at this. Now this is the price of Bitcoin. You can see here that the price of Bitcoin is going up, but you see here that the volume indicator, the volume profile is not going high. There is a restriction. This is what I want you all to see. Take a look at this, guys. There is a restriction despite the pumping price you're seeing, but we have seen that the volume has not exceeded this line that I drew here. Let me label it, let me color this line to white. Can you see, guys? The volume of Bitcoin has not exceeded this white line. So in essence, this tells you that this rally you see here is not having volume, so it is not strong, it is not stable, except if we see a pump or a surge this week. This is what would verify that this rally is having strength coming into it to sustain it for a while. But I'm telling you this market is weak. This market is definitely going to fall. And I'm going to give you the price targets for Bitcoin, guys. I'll just give you an estimate, okay? If you need this information, ensure you look for ways to join my premium channels and get the right information. So Bitcoin, at the end of the day, I'm looking at a correction. I'm looking at a correction to around $30,000. Let's just say $33,000 thereabouts. 38,000 to 37,000. But you are going to see Bitcoin drop to around $30,000 in the weeks to come, guys. I'm telling you this is coming from the crypto prophets. So this particular rally that you see here is a preparation for Bitcoin to come down and take out this low that formed here. We are coming down to take out this low. That's the essence of this rally, and you would see Bitcoin in $35,000, $36,000 to $35,000. You would see Bitcoin in that range anytime soon, guys. This market is topping out. So take note of my words. I'm going to repeat myself again. I said this rally that you see here, there's a high possibility that Bitcoin can pump up to 50k thereabouts. But right now we are facing resistance in this line that I drew here. I drew this line many months ago, guys. These are my calculations and you can see how it's working perfectly. So if we open above this line, guys, then the next target should take us to around 48, 49 to 50k. But I'm telling you this, whatever it is, the market is topping out. Just like I told you here, I said we are topping out here, and this time we are going to drop more lower. There's a strong drop that is coming for Bitcoin, and it's going to shock as many of you who are not ready to listen to me. So if you know you want to make money out of this, best thing to do, listen to the crypto prophets. Sure you look for ways to connect with me. Join my premium channel. It's going to be hot this year, 2024. We're working around the clock to ensure we serve a lot of people better and we eradicate poverty through this mode of the crypto space. So ensure you look for ways to connect with the crypto prophets. Now let's touch the other traditional markets, guys. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. Remember, guys, I told you about the S&P 500 and I was very specific. I told you all, I said the S&P 500 is going to break out. And this is exactly what is playing out, guys. For those of you who didn't observe and see what I spoke about. Now, I drew this line, guys. I drew this line in my last video. And I told you all, I said the S&P 500, when it breaks out of this line, I would enter into a short. And this is exactly what has happened, guys. The S&P 500 is getting set to drop. And by the time this S&P 500 drops, Bitcoin will not be an exception, guys. As a matter of fact, I'm looking at a 10% correction for the S&P 500. So we are going down to this area, guys. This area here, this trend line here. Let me draw this very well so that you can see. Can you see this trend line here? This trend line or this trend line, guys. This trend line connects with this particular area here and confirms this other area here. So the S&P 500, these are my targets for the S&P 500. From here to this white line, which is around a 10% decline. Or if we break these, guys, then we are heading down to this point, which is around a 13% decline. And this is definitely going to affect Bitcoin. This would drive Bitcoin down to as low as $30,000 to as low as 27 to $28,000. So guys, the S&P 500 is getting set for a drop. Already we are forming lots of bearish divergences. Okay, take a look at this. This is a bearish divergence, guys. You can see here that the indicator is going down, but look at the S&P 500, the market is rather going up. This is a bearish divergence, and it will definitely come down and break this line here, this red line here that you see. Okay, to break this red line. So this is my advice to you all, as many of you that are following me, as many of you that are trading these markets. Ensure you trade very safely with Bitcoin. Follow Bitcoin with caution, because I'm seeing this is exactly what I'm saying. If we break out of this green line here, if we break out of this green line, guys, then the next target should be around this point here to here, around this region. I would be opening lots of short opportunities around here, and I would be giving instructions for this if this happens. But meanwhile, if you're shorting from here, ensure you hedge. If you see a pump or if you see a breakout, ensure you hedge your positions. But be very careful once we break into this range, because this time we are going lower, guys, and we would break and come down. Okay, you're gonna see Bitcoin dropping down to around this area, around these regions. This is where Bitcoin is heading to. Anything from here to here within this range, guys. So be very, very careful. So if you need updates, if you need the date, if you need the time, ensure you join any of my premium channels. Send an email. There are agents there to respond to you and guide you through the process of connecting with the crypto prophets. Ensure that you heed to my advice. As usual, my words will always come to pass. I can tell you the date, tell you the time, but as I promised you all, I'm not going to be dropping such information. Look for ways, get into my general channel, get into my premium channel, and you will get these informations. But I must tell you all these, guys, this is not a very good time to play with the markets. If you're not experienced, please connect with one who is experienced. Ensure you look for ways and connect with one who is experienced to actually lead you through these markets. Else you're going to get wrecked. I leave you with these words. Stay safe, play smart, from the Crypto Prophets. God bless you. Thank you.